Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 238. Alien Nation. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Joe.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Excellent.
Yes. As, is the standard.
Right. It is still 2020, therefore.
Yep. Even the things we think are set in stone are not.
That's right.
Could go any way at this point.
At least we
recounts.
At least what? Don't say that. Please, God, no. No take-backs on vote certification. Thank you very much, Michigan.
I literally just read that the new recounts from Georgia is in.
Oh, fantastic.
Guess who won that?
Joe Biden?
Yep.
All right, good. Better count him again, just to be sure.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. America.
Yep, it's great. Greatest country in the land.
That's right. He made it great again. He did what he set out to do. That's why he didn't even need to win a second term. He was like, I did it. It's done.
Well, then he should just concede.
He's going out on top. What are you talking about? Winners don't concede.
Oh, boy.
Alien Nation.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I don't.
Okay. So I was surprised as the movie started to see that there was some crossover between this and a thing we did previously on this show.
That is correct. I'm glad you brought it up because I nearly just forgot about it.
It was just a big thing. So
it's true. That was quite a time of our lives.
It was, yeah.
This is the return of Rockney S. O'Bannon to the show.
Oh, I thought I was going to say because the Justice League is in this. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No.
Well, Zod is.
He is, that's true.
And no one knelt.
No. Aww. I mean, the one guy sort of did, but he was on his knees when he arrived, when Zod arrived.
That's true.
No, yes, Rockney O'Bannon, the creator of Farscape,
yes,
wrote this movie as well.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool.
Kinda?
Can sort of see some of the DNA of Farscape in this movie.
DNA Mad Doctor?
Yeah, exactly.
I believe that was the title of an episode.
Was it really? I don't remember. So, yes. I mean, it sounds right.
I definitely had a couple of small Farscape vibes throughout.
Yeah, for me it was mostly just like sort of the humor of the movie seemed very Farscapey to me.
I guess. I mean, most of the humor is. I guess it's the whole, man out of place type humor.
Yeah.
Just with, an entire culture versus a different culture.
Right.
Yeah. So this movie, at times, it seems like it is trying to say something.
Mm-hmm.
But never quite gets there. And is mostly just not great.
Yeah. it felt sort of, aside from what I think was a really cool idea, it felt like sort of generic.
It is 100% the most generic 1980s buddy cop action movie with just a layer of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it is, I mean, name your just most generic action star of the 80s, and they could easily have been swapped into this movie.
Right. In place of James Caan.
Right. Notable action star.
Exactly.
And of course, Mandy Patinkin, another notable action star.
I mean, he's a good sword fighter, that's for sure. He's a swashbuckler. I knew that about him.
I totally forgot that he was actually in that movie. I only think of him as, I believe he was on the show Criminal Minds.
That's right. Yes.
And mostly otherwise I know him as just a musical Broadway star.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess he is that, isn't he?
Yep. I guess he was on Dead Like Me too, right?
Yes, you're right, he was. Yeah. I've seen very little of that, but I do remember him being on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him a lot in this. I feel like it seemed like he was having a good time.
I mean, I guess he was just trying to do his best, because all that makeup just made it for limited movement.
That's true. But I feel like that worked. Like, a lot of his delivery is just sort of, like, I don't want to say deadpan, because it's not. Like, there's definitely emotion behind it. I feel like he is amused by things throughout the movie. That's just sort of the tone that I get from him. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, the only saving grace to this movie, I think, are both him and James Caan.
Yeah.
I did, read up on the Wikipedia before doing this after watching the movie. And so I guess, like, 4 or 5 years ago, somebody was interviewing James Caan, and they asked him about this movie. And he basically had the reaction of that this is probably the worst thing he's ever done.
Oh, man.
But his answer to the question is, why would you ask me about that? But then also, he said, working with Mandy Patinkin was just an absolute riot. Mandy Patinkin's the best.
That's
but
really
this
nice.
Movie is not.
That's really nice, though.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like a lot of times with buddy movies, the two leads end up hating each other.
Right.
So it's nice to hear that they did not hate each other on this movie.
It is nice, actually. I mean, I don't know too much about James Caan, but he doesn't exactly seem like a level-headed person.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about him either. I think I've only seen him... I've seen him in this, obviously, and I want to say the TV show Las Vegas.
Oh, I was a big fan of that.
Yeah, that I think is the only other thing I've ever seen him in.
Misery?
Oh, right, yes, he is. Okay, so I forgot all about Misery.
But yeah, it's hard to
he
forget about Misery.
It's true. We live in it every day. Maybe I'm just so used to it at this point.
That's fair.
I'm just inured to it. But yeah, he seems like a guy who has, like, sort of barely contained rage that could come out at any time.
Yeah.
And that he masks with sarcasm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, both him as an actor and the character.
Yeah.
And also, I think he feels like he's from, like, just that old enough school of Hollywood actor who just, they're just used to getting away with pretty much anything he wants to.
Yeah.
And just doesn't bother to hide it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely get that.
But, I think he's an enjoyable actor at times. And then, as generic as everything is in this movie, I thought he did fine.
Yeah, I thought he did fine as well.
Yeah. But, boy, yeah, just story-wise, everything in here is just by the book, much not like the cops that are portrayed in this movie.
Mm-hmm, right.
But just, man, just, yeah, generic is the best way to put this.
Yeah, I think the interesting stuff is sort of the world building and the character stuff between Sykes and Francisco, that we get a little bit of in the middle, but ultimately not a ton of. But it ended up making me think, like, I can see how this was a TV show.
Uh-huh.
Like doing it in a serialized way, I would definitely give it a lot more room to develop that stuff that it just doesn't get very well developed. Like it's developed enough, but not as much as it could have been, for sure. And I did read that they cut a lot of stuff out of the movie to sort of tighten it and make it a little quicken the pace of it.
Sure.
So, maybe the stuff that I want is in those cutscenes.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's just, I never watched the show when it was on. I never saw any episodes of it. And I know there was even a comic series and a series of novels as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I read that even Peter David wrote one of the novels.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I could definitely see where this lends itself better to a show, probably. For, without this being a 3-hour movie, to, explore all the unique aspects that are here.
Right.
But yeah, just for the sake of a 90-minute movie, all those, they're present, but they definitely have to be put to the side, which I kind of think is a shame, because the stuff that they decided to focus on is just so bland.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's very little nuance in this movie.
No. When your lead character just flat out says, "I'm a bigot,"
Right.
you're just leaving subtlety, to the wayside.
No, but he's being sarcastic.
Oh, sure.
No, he's actually a bigot.
No, yeah.
Yeah, this movie is in the heat of the night with aliens.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And again, one of the things I read was that entirely 100% is what Rockne O'Bannon was going for.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah. and I think the working title of the movie was it was Day Heat or Space Heat or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Like as a direct reference to In the Heat of the Night.
Wow. All right. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else I had to say there.
So I guess the basic plot of the movie, we get an exposition dump within like the first 2 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a spaceship full of aliens land in the desert near California. Like 300,000 of this, essentially a slave species, have come to Earth, and they have been in quarantine for like 3 years, and
Relatable.
yeah, and have now been allowed to assimilate into society, and they've set up their own towns, and they have jobs, and lots of native Earthlings are just very upset about it all, and kind of wish there could be some sort of space wall that had been built.
Sure, naturally, they're coming over. They're not sending their best people.
No, they're not.
And they're coming over and they're taking their jobs. So yeah.
And a lot of them are criminals, and so James Caan is a cop that's going to catch them all.
Right, gotta catch them all. That's his catchphrase.
Yep.
Pokemon stole it from this movie.
But then, he witnesses a robbery gone bad, and his partner gets killed. And in the aftermath, he winds up getting teamed up with an alien cop.
Hilarity ensues.
Yes.
His previous partner, the only black character in the movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep,
So,
you're 100% right.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Sure.
But at least he's. You know that Sykes is only racist towards aliens,
Right. Yeah.
not towards human minorities.
Well, that's the thing, is that the aliens have united whites and blacks together to only be racist against aliens.
Right. I think Hispanics also are in there. One of the cops is Hispanic, right?
Yeah, I do think that they maybe are kind of racist towards him, though.
That's true. Yeah. At least his partner is, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for him.
Yep. So a movie about the evils of racist is just really racist.
Yeah. Cops are racist. Did you know?
That is crazy.
I know. It's almost like it's systemic.
Huh. I mean, I cannot believe that you're maybe implying that all cops might be bastards.
Yeah. I'm also thinking fuck 12.
I'm sorry, now what?
No.
That's a new one on me.
I think that's also a anti-cop. I'm not.
Okay.
I can't remember what it means. I had to Google it once because I am a white middle class guy.
Okay. I mean, I know there was a cop show called Adam 12. Is it a reference to that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Huh. All right.
It's the remake. Actually, is called Fuck 12. It's the porn parody of Adam 12. But yeah, I think the thing you said earlier about like this movie has stuff to say, but it never quite gets there.
Yeah,
like you're absolutely spot on. like Sykes comes to be more tolerant, I guess.
Sure.
Of at least his partner.
Yeah.
Maybe not all other newcomers. But at least one is a start, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And even then, he's still sort of just like, hey, I'm probably going to be absolutely horrible to you.
That's true. Yeah,
yeah.
He seems like he sort of thinks like he sort of treats having Francisco as his partner as like a novelty at that point.
Right. But, they do become friends at the end.
Naturally. They're
Sure.
buddies. They're buddy cops.
That's true. All buddy cops will become friends.
all cops are buddies. Put that on a t-shirt, America.
That's the new Blue Lives Matter.
That's right. Buddy lives matter. Oh, what have I done?
It's my fault. I picked the movie.
No, Quite all right.
I keep picking cop movies, I guess.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Cops and assassins.
That's all I'm good for.
Works for me.
All right.
Yeah, there's some nice police brutality in there.
Sure.
Some nice working on cases that aren't yours. Just not doing things by the book. Typical cop movie tropes.
Yeah,
I guess.
No, it really is, and the underlying mystery or case or whatever it is that they're after is just your stereotypical mid-'80s drug ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's just alien drugs
Yeah.
because it's aliens.
Right. No. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just put alien in front of it.
With aliens.
They should have called the movie Alien Cops.
Ooh. Oh, it's a much better title.
I know.
Just imagine how many actual legitimate theatrical sequels we could have had instead of just TV movies.
I did enjoy that in this alternate universe there were 6 Rambo movies.
I mean, in this real universe, there are 5.
I know.
Just took a while to get there. Of course, I think at the time this movie came out, there was only 3, and they'd been coming out at a pretty regular clip. So,
yeah,
I guess it's fair to assume that in the imagined world of 1991, there probably could have been 3 more.
Yeah, I wonder, if they were really popular with the newcomers. So they were just like, oh, we got a baked-in market for these. We got to start pumping them out. And Stallone was all for it, so...
Well, that is, I don't know. Again, it's one of those things that they just never get around to touching on. It's just, other than sour milk, what do these, newcomers like? What do they do in their free time?
Right. Well, we also know that they eat raw meat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Those are the 2 things that we know.
I mean, I can't put it past San Francisco that, raw beaver is great.
Wow.
I love to eat raw beaver.
God damn it. It's also implied that they have large genitals.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
The whole condom sequence?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't get that from it, but...
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what I took from that sequence.
Okay, all right.
On the subject of the names.
Okay, yes.
So yeah, there's Sam Francisco.
Yes.
And there's Rudyard Kipling.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And then all the other ones that we meet have relatively normal names.
Yeah. I guess it's implied that some of them were, first in line and were able to get, normal names.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, and then, those further back, the people who were giving them, names just got tired and lazy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which actually brings back the Wikipedia again. Apparently, San Francisco's name originally in the script was George Jetson.
Oh, okay.
And that he shot a pretty good amount of the movie with him as George Jetson. And everything on set that was a prop for him was labeled as Jetson.
Oh my god. Okay.
But then Hanna-Barbera got upset and they were not allowed to use that.
Well, I guess that explains why he's called George throughout.
Yeah.
I mean, we get an explanation in story that's just what Sykes decides to call him.
Sure.
Which is also kind of racist. I'm just going to call you George. I don't want to say your real name.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, to be fair, though, it's a ridiculous name.
It is a ridiculous name. And he does introduce him as Detective Francisco, so,
Yeah.
I don't see why he can't just call him Sam.
Right, yeah, he's not saying the full name every single time, right?
Right.
That's ridiculous. Nobody does that.
Yeah. Certainly not Eric Schonborn.
Of course not Joe Grindelwald. Yeah, and then then Terrence Stamp is eventually introduced and quickly revealed as the villain.
Right. After receiving some sort of humanitarian award.
Yep.
Because that I feel like that's also sort of an 80s trope.
That is 100% an 80s trope, yeah. He just, this was definitely not the best thing I've ever seen Terrence Stamp in.
What's the best thing you've seen Terrence Stamp in?
Honestly, The Limey.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Okay, I enjoy the hell out of that movie.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, of course, Superman 2.
Of course, naturally. I think I've seen him in that and this and Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
I did not realize he was in that.
He was Chancellor Valorum.
Okay. Was he a stupid-looking alien in that? Or
no, he looked like Terrence Stamp.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because he was a stupid-looking alien in this.
He was. And he was a regular-looking alien. I guess he's a regular-looking alien in both Superman 2 and Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I've never seen him in anything where he didn't play an alien.
Well, in The Limey, he plays an illegal alien.
Wow. Typecast.
Yep.
I feel like is there an Ashton Kutcher movie that he's in that is a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? No, I don't know what I'm
yes,
thinking
you're
of.
right.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Yikes.
Yeah, but it's reverse, where Ashton Kutcher is the guest.
Right.
Yeah. Nope, you are 100% right. That is a thing.
That's so strange. Why would I don't know. Okay, never mind. That's a whole other wormhole I need to go down later.
I'm honestly confused as to how you got there.
You know what? I retain things. I retain stupid things. I've never seen that movie. I'm sure I only remember it because I remember seeing like a trailer for it and thinking, "Hey, it's General Zod." That's all.
I did not know that he was in that movie, because I also have never seen it, but I just I knew of its existence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We got there.
Excellent. Oh boy.
So one thing that I kept thinking about throughout this movie is, remember the movie Signs?
Of course.
And how, like, the one major criticism of that is that why would aliens land on a planet where it's like 70% water and they are it is fatal to them?
I can't believe I didn't think of that, but you're absolutely right.
And that happens in this movie.
Yeah. Not just any water, salt water.
No, yeah, specifically. Yeah. Which, again, is most of the planet.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't put that together.
Yep. Well, when a movie is not holding your attention, you tend to wander.
That's true. That's fair.
So now I think it's time to play the game. Did you fall asleep during this movie?
I got real tired, but I did not fall asleep.
I fell asleep multiple times. Took me 3 hours to watch this 90-minute movie.
Oh, man. Yeah, it only took me about an hour. Or not an hour, an hour and a half.
Are you playing at 1.5 speed? What?
I did play it at 1.5 speed. It just flew by.
I think that's cheating.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, it's like the episode of Gutter Trash where Jason didn't read the comic.
So I would like to issue a real quick correction about Terrence Stamp.
Okay.
He is not in the remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Okay.
But he is in a similarly themed movie with Ashton Kutcher called My Boss's Daughter, where I believe he is the titular boss. And Tara Reid is the daughter.
All right.
So, bottom of that mystery.
Glad it's solved.
I am too.
This mystery that we didn't know existed.
It was a minor mystery, but it was a mystery nonetheless.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm sure the listener was out there screaming, "It's not! Guess who?"
Sure, all of our listeners.
It's my boss's daughter.
Yep. Big My Boss's Daughter's fan.
That's right. Kutcher's best work? I don't know.
That and What Stays in Vegas? Was that a thing he did?
What Happens in Vegas?
What Happens in Vegas? Sorry.
Come on.
God, I apologize to all our listeners again.
It's all right. Oh boy.
Yeah. So yeah, I did not care for this movie.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it, but it was fine.
I gotta say that I just disliked it.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Normally I do try to meet you on the middle, and find some good stuff, and there is the occasional bright spot, but whew, boy, it was a tough to get there.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I feel worse because it was my pick, but
that's all right.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
It's true.
I would like to direct your attention to the song that plays over the credits. Can I read some of the lyrics to it?
Please do.
Okay. We are friends. We are brothers. Always there, looking out for each other. In a world where so many dreams are broken apart, but when the world tries to beat us, we hang tough. Ain't no way they'll defeat us. You and I will always survive. Together we're strong. That's Indestructible by the Four Tops. A ridiculously upbeat song about unity at the end of this neo-noir action movie. It made me smile.
The guffaw laugh that I did as you mentioned the song is exactly the same as when I actually heard it in the movie.
Absolutely, yeah. I laughed quite a bit. And Jenny was sitting there, and I just looked at her like, "What is this?"
Did she watch it with you?
She did not. No,
okay.
She napped for a while, and then she read.
She's better off.
There's a power deep inside us. Ain't no one that could ever divide us. We won't fall. We'll show 'em all just what we're made of.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's a pretty powerful message.
Yep.
If you weren't sure what the movie was about, there it is right there.
It's the Four Tops for us, always relevant.
That's right.
I cannot remember. There's the scene with the quote unquote stripper.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cover of a song playing during that scene that I can't remember it right now, but it was the absolute worst version of that song I've ever heard in my life.
Was it "Sympathy for the Devil"?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
yep.
It was not a good cover.
No, god damn. It was excruciating. That whole scene was just awful.
It was rough. And arousing.
A little bit. I guess if you're into slags.
Yeah, I am into slags, because I'm not a racist.
Oh, well, I'm a bigot, so...
They don't call them newcomers for nothing. Good night, everybody.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I think I'm out of stuff to talk about here.
I've just been thinking about space porn all week, so...
Well, that's good.
I don't know if you saw. I wrote a brief piece for The Beat about the presence of space pornography in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
No. Oh, the original Holiday Special?
Yeah, the original Holiday Special,
Okay,
not the
yes,
Lego one. Yikes.
No. Hey, I haven't seen it. I don't know.
I haven't seen it either, but I'm assuming since they're Legos. Who knows? Maybe I'll be surprised.
Pleasantly surprised. No, I did not see that you wrote about the space porn in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
It's important world building. I felt like it was necessary to address.
You know what? I don't disagree.
I shared it on Facebook and my mom liked it, so I was pretty excited. Oh, it's been an interesting week.
Yeah. Has anything brought you some joy?
I mean, writing about porn and Star Wars made me pretty happy.
Oh, that's good.
I also got to write a little bit about Wally West and why I like him.
Whoa!
For another site.
Is that out anywhere yet?
Yes,
I'd like to read that.
Actually just went up a couple hours ago, so you can find that at comicsbookcase.com is where that is.
Awesome. I will go to read that.
Yeah. So that's probably it. That's
okay.
That was a lot of fun. I revisited some older stories that I haven't read in a while, and it was a good time.
Sweet.
How about you?
So the thing that's bringing me joy this week is it's kind of hard for me to describe.
Okay.
So let me get something set up here, and you're just gonna have to kind of experience it for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hang on just a second, man.
Concerned.
Hello.
Hello?
I am bringing Eric joy right now.
What?
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Jason.
How are you?
Good. What are you doing?
I'm good. When I told you earlier today, I talked to you soon, I meant it.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
So I've been sitting here listening to... I wasn't sure if you were even on the other side of this. I thought maybe Eric had lost his mind, because all I could hear is him talking, and I can't hear you on this side. So I was like, what if Eric isn't actually recording, and there isn't even a movie called Alien Nation?
Don't tell him, but you're exactly right.
Oh, you just got here?
Yeah, I have actually been on the phone with another person this whole time.
Oh, so you don't even know about the podcast then?
No, what's a podcast?
Oh, man. Uh-oh. You got some splaining to do, Sean Bourne. Sorry, was that racist?
I think it was.
Oh, you know me, I'm a slag hater.
I do. I know you're a bigot. I know.
So I told Eric, I've never seen that movie, but I loved that TV show when I was a kid. I thought it was great.
You know, I remember seeing like commercials for it. I thought it was on for a lot longer than it was, but I guess it only ran for one season.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that either, but I liked it. I mean, I liked Aliens and I liked Cops back then.
Yeah.
Now I like one of those things now.
Yeah. Cops, you goddamn asshole.
Blue Lives Matter. Because they were born blue.
Right, yeah,
we were just talking about that. Do you think, so when people say Blue Lives Matter, are they talking about the Smurfs or the Blue Man Group? We weren't sure. Eric thinks that it's probably the Smurfs. Most deservedly, the Smurfs.
Probably specifically the Smurfs. Yeah, they may also be talking about Blue Devil.
Oh, Blue Devil's popular too.
Or
Kids love
the
Blue Devil.
Atlanteans of the Marvel Universe, I believe, are blue as well.
Oh,
So
maybe they're big Avatar fans.
that could be just, the Na'vi were treated very poorly.
Right. Oh, no, I was thinking of The Last Airbender, but I thought
Oh,
they were just really confused people.
Why don't I do a podcast with you? You're way funnier.
I won't tell him you said that.
Okay,
He
good.
just said I was way funnier than you.
Why did you do that?
Oh, no, I wasn't really talking to him.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to Chaco.
Oh.
Well, I better get back to... I'm drawing Klansmen over here while you guys are talking.
Perfect?
I'm not even kidding.
I believe you.
Yeah. I'm drawing a new comic. Should be out at the pace I'm going sometime in the next 10 years.
Awesome.
Where Klansmen get in, some sort of trouble here.
That's, they should be getting in trouble.
They
Because
should be.
They're not great.
Yeah, well, so, yeah. I can't wait for you to read it in 10 years if we're all still alive.
We'll see. I mean, maybe we can, I'll get a chance to read it in the ruins of this great nation of ours.
Right? Yeah, it's true. Eric will salvage it from my things whenever they find me.
Like that, in 10 years, you're assuming that if there's a civil war, you're just going to be gone.
Uh-oh.
Are you? Is
exactly.
his headphones cutting out?
Yeah, I cut out for a second, but
Okay.
I caught it back.
It's
Yeah,
really good to talk to you.
You too, Joe.
Man.
You too. Well,
We should do this more often.
Yeah. Yep. Anytime you guys do an Alien Nation podcast, let me know and I'll come over.
All right, cool. I'm going to pick one of the TV movies for next week, so
Okay,
clear your
great.
schedule.
Awesome. That could just it could be you could do every episode of the series.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that would make a stupid podcast. Nobody would listen to that.
That's true. No one would listen to a podcast about a TV show.
Right? Okay, I better turn it over to him.
All right. Good talking to you, man.
You too, sir. Have a good evening.
You too.
Hey, I'm back.
That was such a nice surprise.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Thank you. I needed that today.
I'm good. I'm glad. Yeah, she asked me if he could come over for drawing night. I was like, well, we do the podcast, and he's like, I'll just hang out. I was like, if you don't think it's weird to just sit there and listen to half a conversation, go for it.
I imagine that's probably an
Or watch
interesting
his mother-in-law
experience.
smoke weed. When Jason said that he was going to hang out, I knew that I wanted to have him on at least for a minute or so. And I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really nice. I haven't talked to Jason in like almost a year. Haven't heard his voice anyway in almost a year. So yeah, that's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're very welcome. And maybe he should get his own podcast.
Yeah, I
We could all
told
hear
him.
his voice.
I said he and I should do a podcast.
There you go. So
All
it's
right.
your turn to pick a movie.
It is.
And just before you do, and I hope this, don't take this as me trying to influence whatever you're going to pick.
Okay.
But according to our timeline and when it will come out, will just be days before Christmas.
Ooh.
So if you wanted to pick a Christmas movie, that would be the ideal time. But again, also don't.
I don't have any Christmas movies on my list.
All right.
Let's see. What's semi-Christmassy?
Don't worry about it.
No, okay. Well, I am going to pick. I feel like you said something, maybe on Twitter about not having seen many kung fu movies. Did I make that up?
No, I was thinking about picking a kung fu movie.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm always down for a kung fu movie.
Okay. I don't know if this is specifically kung fu or just martial arts.
Okay.
But it's been on my list for a while, and I think now is the time. I'm going to pick Ip Man.
Okay. All right.
The Donnie Yen martial arts movie.
I would totally watch that.
Awesome. You haven't seen that, have you?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is on Netflix. It's been on there for a while. If they take it off, it's just to spite me, and I'll be really mad.
Well, we'll figure something out if that happens.
Okay.
But yeah, no, absolutely. Ip Man. Looking forward to it.
Cool. Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, I think that takes care of things here.
All right. Well, I will talk to you next week then.
Sounds good. You're so bad at this.
Good. You know what? We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.